And now, Sam Prater, please join the conversation. I know you're close to the microphone. Take it away. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be with you all. Thanks so much for creating this space. I've been sitting here at this table the entire time trying to fight back the emotion that I feel about this issue. I'm the founder of Los Angeles Room and Board. We're a nonprofit that's rather new, about 2 years old, where our mission is to end college student hunger and homelessness and ensure that students complete their college degree. And very excited to be in partnership with Los Angeles Community College District in housing and supporting their students. We have our first property that we opened, our project called the Opportunity House in Westwood, directly across the street from UCLA, where we currently house about 40 students. And testimony, I'm trying to center one of my students on Wednesday night who was living in his truck prior to coming to the Opportunity House, and the student is now in transition to a different housing facility. And then I got a call on Wednesday night saying, "Hey Sam, I got to talk to you, it's an emergency." And I'm like, "What's going on?" And I said, well, the school, we'll call him David, was pulled over by the police, by the UCLA police. And can you go see about him? And so I'm running frantically. And I get to the corner of Limbrook and Gailey Street in Westwood, and I see my student there with his pickup truck at the back of a tow truck. And I see him sitting on the curb with his pillows, his clothes, his shoes. And so I parked my car in front of the tow truck and I said, "Please don't tow this man's truck away because this is also his house." And I apologize.
Take your time.
It's all right.
Our students need our help. And this is a student who, by the way, got a 4.0 at Los Angeles Valley College last semester. And when prior to the pandemic, when we're looking at numbers like 1 in 5 of our students are experiencing housing insecurity and homelessness, and 2/3 of which were experiencing hunger. And now this pandemic has exacerbated, obviously, that need. And now we're looking at numbers like 55% of students are experiencing housing insecurity and homelessness. And so the housing is a human right. The inhumanity of how folks who are unhoused, who are already on the razor's edge, are being treated is tough to sort of swallow. And I try to come to this place with strength. This is my first time coming out for fresh air in the last 18 months. And but anyway, I'm just sort of overcome with the emotion of listening to all your stories. And so thank you for sharing them. What I'd say, I don't need to, you all have spoken so eloquently about the crisis before us. What we try to do is partner with colleges and universities for the use of their unused and their vacant dorm rooms, and we've found that to be rather difficult. And so what I'd offer is for legislation that authorizes our community, our four-year universities to use their vacant dorm rooms. We've entered into conversations with campuses like Cal State LA, Cal State Northridge, and the idea of using vacant dorm spaces. So prior to getting into homeless service provision, I was the associate director at housing at Cal State LA. And prior to the pandemic, we had 200 vacant dorm rooms. When we have students about a mile or so away at ELAC Community College, East Los Angeles Community College, where 1 in 5 of their students are experiencing housing insecurity and homelessness, when I had 200 bed spaces that were vacant on my campus. Same thing happened at Cal State Northridge, where I worked as the associate director as well. And so this is a crisis. And then everyone needs to sort of pitch in to sort of support our students. The California Budget and Policy Center forecasts that by 2030, we'll experience a deficit of 1 million college-educated workers. And so if we don't act now, our region will feel that pain. Communities will feel that pain. Families will, individuals will. And these were stats that were prior to the pandemic. And so it has completely upended, what is the reality. We know that, Stephen talked about the number of students who are working full-time, who lost jobs, right? And when we think about the fact that, in addition to that, LACCD almost lost 18% of their enrollment, throughout this pandemic. And so there will be lots of students who won't find employment because they don't have the education and the training that they need. And so 58% of students who are in our program over this last year have an increase in their GPA. 77% of our students have a GPA is above a 3.0. 85% of attempted credits were earned, and 4 of our students went from community college and transferred to 4-year campuses here in Los Angeles. And so we're proud of the work that we're doing, proud to be in partnership with LACCD. And so I'd say please continue to make it as easy as possible for community colleges to partner with nonprofit agencies to house students who desperately need our support. I'd also say please authorize California State University campuses, particularly the the CSU 5, to use their vacant dorm rooms to house our students. It is unconscionable that hundreds of dorm rooms can sit empty when our students are struggling at local community colleges that are adjacent to these campuses. And so I know my time is up. Thank you for giving me space.
Thank you, Sam.